Alright, so now it is time to move on to speak with the Crystal Exarch once again to take on his level 70 main story quest entitled Travelers of Norvrant. The Crystal Exarch is finally ready to discuss the matter of your comrades' whereabouts. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I'd rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Yeah, the tower's gate lies open then? Or, just like that, then Grahatia is... Yeah, Grahatia is who we saw back in A Realm Reborn in the initial story of the Crystal Tower. But yeah, I doubt that if you did this... I doubt if you did the Crystal Tower in A Realm Reborn that you would get this option. Yeah, can you tell us about Grahatia? I'm not familiar with that name. Is this something I should know? Actually, quite a bit. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery for another time. For now, I think that it best we focus on the present. And so, away we go. Let's head upstairs and go into this place's version of the Crystal Tower. In we go. See, I might recognize the floor from the end of Stormblood. That's where Corinne ended up. See, let's check this place out. Alright then, out with it.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
Sounds like they're already having a hard enough time as it is.
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions.
Uh-huh.
To put it simply, they are here in the First.
Well, we knew
Their
that,
arrival,
pretty much.
however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source.
Oh, great.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
I hope not.
As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelt here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Yikes.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
And they don't seem to mind? Yeah, like, is their mental state okay?
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well.
Yeah, you definitely failed miserably to try and get only us. But like we said before, you should have just come to us over in our world and say, hey, we need your help.
As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Yeah, not a very comforting thought.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Jerk. Yeah, we're not happy. Yeah, then find a way to send them back. Yeah, it's me you want, not them.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
Oh, really? And what was that?
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
And what did he see?
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes.
Oh, great.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scions' mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Yeah, as if we haven't been shocked enough.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction.
So now I'm basically considered to be on a very thin line here.
Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand.
Yeah, or where they stand for that matter.
Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Well, yeah, we're mulling this over. For the moment. But I'll see you keep that promise, or for want of a better choice, I'll see you keep that promise. Because you're still on very thin ice right now.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Oh, you want to show me around some more? Alright. Yeah. Elizabeth pretty much said it all right there. Elizabeth pretty much said it all right there. So now we have to seek with the XR to continue on. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants. Which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my introduction to their wares. Come along. Yeah, Elizabeth trying to keep track on what's going on while she's working on giving people fancy hairstyles and whatnot over at the salon that she works at. Let's go ahead and soon the 8th in that shard. Oh, we already touched this one. Hi, Exarch. So yeah, he brings us here. But yeah, we've already been here before to meet with Broggy, but he wants to show us his own perspective, I guess.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Yeah, let's have a look at everything that they're selling. Yeah, we see food on the right and potions on the left.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency.
Oh yeah.
Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Well, good to know that gil is universal. Yeah, look how shocked on its
once
face.
minted its own coins, but was all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here.
Wow, didn't know there were any in there.
And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
I mean, gil has been a thing since
From
7.
what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Including tomestones. What? Yeah, why are we seeing tomestones? Yeah, the look of shock on Shinji's face says it all. And it's just like, ah, man.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld.
Ah, yeah, retainers.
Avan Kerm Sin?
Yeah, and now the Exarch is speaking in a foreign language.
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out we got a fairy. Fairy godparents!
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
And what would that be? Can you grant me wishes like Timmy Turner?
This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
Yeah, what can you do about that? Yeah, wants to get a closer look.
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
Indeed we did.
How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvellous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin.
A pact, huh?
But answer me this, traveller. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yep, everything came intact. We have to think about this.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Yeah, maybe they should have put the words that he said next to the translations.
Raise your hand.
Are we taking an oath? Yeah, the Exarch's like, yeah, do it. Yeah. Ooh, shiny.
'Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
You do?
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Send a message to Taru or send a message to Trial. Well, Tartaru is the last person we saw. Let's tell her.
Consider it done.
And so off goes Feo Ul.
As
Come
you
back in
heard,
one piece.
That was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards. and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
I guess he likes shiny things?
Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Yes, please. Yeah, lead on there, Exarch. So as a result of your pact with Fearul, you'll now have access to the Living Moogle's market boards and summoning bells while in the first. Actually, that was a boy. Yeah, looks like a girl, but that was actually a boy. And let's reunite with the Exarch by going this way. And over here is our next Aetherites. Right here in front of the pendants. And so, let's go ahead and speak with the Exarch. Yeah, he's standing in this throng of humanity. We can find him, alright. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here in the Pendants for the duration of your stay to make use as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene at the Ocular anon. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. But yeah, what else is on Shinji's mind? Thank you for answering my call, Shinji. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. And away he goes. I'll speak with the manager of suites. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you care to retire. And in this instance, we actually have to do it in order to advance the plot. So yeah, let's check out our room. Certainly not more spacious than a hotel room over in Eorzea, for sure. But all the amenities are here. And even some extras. Yeah, let's have a look outside. Yeah, there's even a sea out here. Yeah, someone's trying to get our attention. Yeah, remember the shadow from earlier? Remember the Spectre from before? Well, it's a familiar face to those who played Heaven's Ward. The Warrior of Darkness.
I know you. You're the Warrior of Light from the Source.
Yeah, I just happen to have the gem that's been passed on from warrior to warrior. Yeah. And since Shinji's never met him before, and who are you? Yeah, this guy is not familiar to Shinji.
What? Did you just... You can hear me?
Yep, we can.
Oh, gods, how long has it been? And who are you, he says. Enemy not worth remembering, apparently.
Well, that's because Shinji doesn't.
My name is Ardbert. In the first, I was a warrior of light. But in the Source, you knew me as the Warrior of Darkness.
And now you appear
If
to us
you
as this.
recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Scions.
Really?
Let them guide us to the Source. And try to hasten their goddamned ardor.
Yeah. You aligned with the Scions. Mistake number 1. This reminds me of a line that I saw in a Nintendo Capri Sun Pokemon Let's Play, where one of the villains sees an imminent disaster pending that they were actually trying to cause, but then they say, did I just make a mistake? And Nintendo Capri Sun responds by saying, "Sir, you have made a few." And thus,
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
so that's why you're in front of us right now. Yeah, like, sad face.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
Well, you're not gonna like it once I tell you. This is how long it's been.
100 years. 100 long years.
Yeah, time really flies through here, but the Exarch did say it was that way. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to... Nope. Yeah, you're just a ghost. You can't pick up things that are solid.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift.
Yeah, it's not been good for you.
I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
You could ask the Exarch. Yeah, we're not here willingly. Yeah, we are not here of our own free will.
You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that.
Well, maybe we can persuade you otherwise.
But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Yeah, I can imagine that doing heroic deeds will only cause spite and hatred. And also hello to all the new viewers who are joining us this afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. Glad to have you here. Please make sure to help support the stream and the channel by leaving a like, subscribing if you haven't done so, and letting people know what's going on social media. We certainly encourage the support, and it's always greatly appreciated. So after some time to rest, let's go and take our business elsewhere. So now it's time to phase back in. So we have to go back over to the Ocular, so that means going back over to the Docile Gates. And then we'll go ahead and reunite with Exarch. So up the stairs we go, back to the gatekeep. Okay, Exarch. Yeah, we had time to rest, now let's get down to business.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest?
Well, not right away. Yeah. Well enough, thank you, or I had a ghostly visitor. Yeah, we should probably tell him about the ghost. Yeah. Apparitions!
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scions' whereabouts.
Yes, please. So now, we get a map of the land. And what it currently looks like.
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Yeah. And you may have noticed all the white stuff around the perimeter. That's the where the light currently stands as far as being solidified. And so...
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Where's everyone else?
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
And as for the twins?
Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Yeah, in other words, wait until later.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
Where exactly?
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
Sounds like Ulda.
For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters.
That's not good.
In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
Well, she never was a talker, as far as diplomacy is concerned. But at least now we know where they are, and they're all scattered pretty far away.
So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Alright.
Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred.
Oh yeah, him too.
He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin-Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
I hope so too. And so we get 460,000 experience points, 1,335 gil, plus a leg coffer.